You know, your website is probably packed with images, product shots, blog photos, you name it. But what if I told you that many of them are hiding a serious and pretty much invisible problem? A problem that's hurting both your users and your search engine rankings.
So let me ask you a question. What are your images actually saying? I mean, beyond just what they look like. Because for a huge portion of your audience and for search engines, the answer might be, well, nothing at all. And that silence, it's costing you.
The key to fixing this whole problem lies in something called alt text. It's this hidden description that gives your images a voice when they can't actually be seen.
The easiest way to think about alt text is as a simple written description that's embedded in your website's code. So if an image breaks and doesn't load, or if a user is visually impaired and using a screen reader, this is the text they get instead. It's basically the image's essential stand-in.
Now, what's so cool about alt text is that it kind of serves two masters, and it does a fantastic job for both of them. First, for accessibility, it literally paints a picture with words for visually impaired users. And second, for SEO, it tells search engines like Google exactly what your image is about, which can really help you rank higher in search results.
So it sounds simple enough, right? But what happens when you just ignore it? Well, the consequences are actually a lot more serious than you might think.
Okay, first and foremost, you completely fail at accessibility. Without alt text, you're creating a huge barrier. You're effectively excluding millions of users with visual impairments from understanding your content. This is a direct failure to meet basic web accessibility standards, known as WCAG.
And look, that failure isn't just about a bad user experience, it's a genuine legal risk. As web accessibility becomes more of a legal standard, neglecting it can open up your business to some pretty costly lawsuits.
And finally, it just flat out tanks your SEO. I mean, if you don't provide alt text, search engines are basically blind. They have no idea what your images are, which means you are missing out on tons of valuable traffic from image searches.
So, fixing this across hundreds, maybe even thousands of images, that sounds like a total nightmare, right? Manually going through everything? Well, it doesn't have to be. The solution is automation, and it's a tool called Alt Audit.
Alt Audit is a WordPress plugin, and it's designed to do one thing absolutely perfectly. It automatically finds and fixes all of your alt text issues. It turns what would be a massive manual project into a simple, automated process. And the process is so simple. First, you just click one button to scan your site and find every single image. Then you get to choose how you want to generate the missing text. And finally, you give a quick review, make any tweaks you want, and publish the changes. Yep, it's really that straightforward.
Okay, let's talk about that second step, generate, because this is where you get some really powerful choices. You're not locked into just one way of doing things. You can pick the method that's perfect for your specific content.
So you have two fantastic options. The free, rule-based generator is amazing for sites with structured content like e-commerce stores. It can use things like your product title or the image file name to create solid alt text, and it's totally free and unlimited. Then, there's the AI-powered option. This thing actually uses computer vision to analyze the image and write a rich, human-like description. It's ideal for more complex photos, like the ones you'd find on a blog.
But Alt Audit doesn't just jump in and start fixing things blindly. No, first it gives you a complete health check of your entire site, so you know exactly where you stand from the get-go.
And honestly, the results can be pretty eye-opening. You instantly see the real scale of the problem. On a pretty typical site, you might find that a staggering 40% of your images are missing alt text completely, and another 25% have really weak descriptions. That's a huge opportunity for a super easy win.
The way it works is with a simple 5-status scoring system. It flags anything missing or weak as a problem you need to fix, while good and excellent are what you're aiming for. It even correctly identifies decorative images, like background patterns, and marks them so that screen readers will ignore them, which is a really important accessibility practice.
So at the end of the day, using a tool like this isn't just about ticking some box. You're making your site truly accessible to everyone, you're ensuring compliance, you're boosting your SEO, and you're saving yourself hours and hours of tedious work, all while keeping full control to review every single change.
And to make it really easy to see the power of that AI for yourself, every new user gets 25 free credits. You can use them to generate that rich, descriptive alt text for your most complex images. There's no commitment required at all. Which, brings us right back to that original question. Your images are such a huge part of your website story. So take a moment and ask yourself, Is your website truly speaking to everyone, or is it leaving some of your audience in complete silence?